Right, from capturing hundreds of photos and playing games to social networking, texts and emails. Welcome to the Techjaja Podcast. I'm your host, Robert Sebunya, and your co-host, Roger Bambino.
Am I a co-host or a host?
You'll be a co-host. You promised to hijack the show.
Yeah. I'm going to capture this show from you. Anyway, I'm Roger Bambino, editor-in-chief, Techjaja. And with us, we are having several guests. I'm sure you will introduce them, Robert.
Oh, yeah, we have Remy and...
they can introduce themselves as well.
Yeah, my name is Onyait Odeke. I work with Dignited.
My name is Remmegious Ssewankambo. I work with Techjaja.
All right, good to hear. What do you do at Techjaja?
I'm the senior reviews and features editor.
All right, to a newbie, Remy, starting with you, how would you advise someone to choose the right operating system for their phone?
That will depend on their demands. First of all, they would consider price first, because some OS can come at lower priced handsets and the others are for the premium segment. An example I can give you is like for those ones who don't have money, they can go for Android phones because they can go for less than like $100.
I'm kind of doubting with that. I refuse price, of course. I can buy an iPhone, a cheap iPhone.
Maybe a second hand.
Third hand, even if third hand.
OLX, right?
It's the same OS. Yes, OLX. I can buy. For me, I doubt if price is a factor. Yeah.
Okay, I've been like to downtown dealerships, but in most cases, even their list, like the one that came out, like even if it's an iPhone, the first iPhone, the price doesn't like.
Okay.
I don't really think.
Supposing you're given 500,000 shillings, you're told go and buy a smartphone. Will always be a factor when you're buying the smartphone.
Yeah, of course.
Okay, now you have to explain something close to that, in that range.
Why I agree with him is one reason. Not everyone has 500,000 to buy a smartphone.
I said, supposing you are given, it means not yours.
Yes, but you see, there are people who own smartphones that are not 500,000 shillings.
True.
There are guys who have 120,000. It says, nizo kufune simu liko WhatsApp, enough Facebook. But
so
at the end of the day,
let's start with the basics.
So
what smartphone operating systems are out there? Let's start with that, maybe.
Oh, okay.
So we have...
Remy, tell us.
We have Android.
Yes.
Yep.
We have iOS.
Yeah.
We have BlackBerry operating system.
Yeah.
Then there is Symbian.
Yeah.
Okay.
Then
Microsoft Windows.
there is Microsoft Windows Phone.
Okay.
Yeah. Selfish. Okay, that is American. Sorry.
Okay, so I think we haven't really exhausted that question.
So to a newbie, someone who is new, someone who has never touched a smartphone at all, I'm coming from a Cavidity, I'm coming from a Symbian, that is a feature phone. I want to migrate into smartphones. What do I consider? What do you advise them to get initially? Do you want them to go to Windows, and why? Do you want them to go to Android, and why?
Roger, could you answer that question?
I'm asking the experts, me.
Now, I think it will depend on a couple of reasons. First of all, people, before they choose any operating system, they have to consider certain things like cameras, the hardware, the specifications. So you have to first put specifications first, then you can go to price. I don't know why you guys are going against the price thing, but in most cases, this is Uganda. It's not that everyone can afford a smartphone.
True.
Okay.
So the first thing would be the price. And different operating systems command different prices, if you've come to notice. In most cases, Android hardware is very cheap compared to other.
Okay. Well, I guess we'll tackle the low-budget phones in one of the other segments of the show. So let's go to the next question, Mr. Onyait Odeke. You have a lady in your life, I'm sure, right? Seen pictures around. You have two?
Ladies.
Two ladies, two beautiful
ladies.
Yeah.
Including. Yeah, sorry, I was getting lost.
To the lady who is listening into the show, what do you think are their considerations before choosing a phone? Don't mention the word color, pink.
No. Apart from the pink is accessories and stuff, which come as a given. Okay.
Yeah, it was only hypothetical.
But what the ladies want is they want a good camera to be able to capture different moments in their lives.
You mean
that's
selfies?
A big deal. Yes, like for selfies and other stuff. Then after the camera, they should be able to share it on Instagram and Facebook, a few on Twitter, very few on Pinterest. So basically, if they can have social networking and a good camera, they're good. But you realize that those two are supported by other things. You have to have a good battery. And then you have to have a 3G connection. So there are key things. Can I have a good camera, and can I share on social media? So they don't really care about the
there's
rest.
one
but yet the
addition
rest
that
are
I would love
important.
to add on. They love real estate. They love large screens. Just they're more or less in a competition for having the biggest phone around them. The ones I've been around.
I think I
Like
agree
I
with
would
that.
also want to supplement on Onyait whatever. Ladies, first of all, they consider brand before anything.
Sure.
Oh yeah, there's that too.
So you want to give them an X-Tel? What is it?
Uh,
She'll ask you, I need an iPhone now. Will you go for X-Trail?
And I've come to realize that they love HTCs, if you've come to notice.
That's
Even
another one.
Samsung.
Yes,
They love
and
Samsung not
HTC.
so much, but HTC, then you go to the real estate. They like large phones, then the camera, and everything else can come in.
Okay, I know price is the biggest factor when someone is considering buying a phone, like you've already mentioned on the show. How can someone know the best smartphone prices in Uganda? Onyait, Odeke?
It's.
I think I'll call you OO on the show.
Oh yeah, that's fine. That's fine. It's still quite technical knowing smartphone prices in Uganda because someone would literally have to go hunting for them either offline or online. Lately, also people use these sites like Kemu and OLX to get phone prices and stuff. But about knowing the phone prices, guys practically visit the stores and compare prices. They're saying, okay, this one is this much and that is this much. Okay, this is my budget and this is what I'm going to do. So currently, that's the only way people can know about prices in Uganda. Unfortunately, I mean in Nigeria, all you have to do is log onto a website and all these prices are compared. India, the US, but here we are still,
Perhaps the viewers would love to know that smartphones are in 2-3 different categories. There's the high-end, mid-range, and the low-end.
Yes.
So can we try to split the prices in terms of those categories and what ranges you would think they fall in? Maybe low-end. How much can someone buy a low-end phone? How much can someone buy a mid-range phone or a high-end phone?
Yeah. Like Remy mentioned earlier, the OS determines the price. And then, okay, there's another debate I totally don't want to bring in. But
Feel free.
For Android, you can get an entry-level phone for actually 300,000 and below. Your brands would be Huawei, Tecno, and formerly the Nokia, and then currently some Lumia brands are really going up for $75, $150. So there'll be your 300 and below, 350 and below. That's for entry level. Entry level would have the basic 512 MB RAM, 4-inch screens. Not so nice in terms of display, but they do fine. And yeah, the basics. You can install WhatsApp and blah blah blah. So that would be Windows and Android. Yes, for mid-range, you would still get Windows and Android, but then we start from like 400
And iOS.
and above.
And third-hand iOS.
You see?
I still insist.
Now, like for example, the thing I don't want about third-hand iOS is WhatsApp has stopped supporting the 3GS. So the 3GS can't have WhatsApp anymore because iPhone has refused to, do anything about it. That's why you may buy your 3GS hoping that you're going to WhatsApp and you don't.
Disappointed.
So
That's a 3GS runner, Robert.
Yep.
Okay, you have WhatsApp on that?
I think you can WhatsApp on a 3GS because once you're downloading it, they'll tell you, like,
Upgrade.
it does not meet the minimum requirements, but you can download the one that meets the minimum requirements, and they can give you the one that can support 6.1.6.
Okay, cool. Let's go back to the prices. I think.
Your mid-range now.
Okay, yeah, mid-range we have 400 to about 600. Now, the thing about these brands is that there are some that look more than mid-range because the brands are trying to compete, but they would still fit in the mid-range category. You'd have 400 to 600. There you have majorly Tecno, Infinix, that have at least 1 GB RAM, 4 GB or 16 GB ROM, additional
storage.
Yeah, additional memory, expandable. Some really good screens actually when you look at these different brands. And then for the high end, you'd actually start from 800,000 and above for the high end. Now at 800,000 you can get a Techno that is really high end in terms of it has 2 GB RAM, it has a Super AMOLED display. Well, as an HTC you'll be getting a mid-range, not a high end.
Depends on the brand. So it means also high
totally
end
depends on the brand.
Categorizing smartphones low end, mid range, and entry level depends on the brand as well. Some brands have different. Okay, true.
Exactly, totally depends on the brand.
Okay, cool.
So the rest would be 800,000 and above, and depending on which brand you are a fan of, you'd get a high end or mid range phone.
Okay, to that person who is who already has used the phone before, what specifications should they pay attention to while they're buying a smartphone? You talked about the RAM during the considerations.
Yeah. What specifications should they pay attention to?
Yes.
Radio, FM radio. Sorry, I like the radio very much. Don't have a radio, I can't buy it. That's why I refuse to buy iPhones from day one.
Okay, yeah. Besides the radio,
that is me as Roger. I don't know about you.
RAM, processor, and
They
stuff
say
like that.
I know.
Or let's get back to that point of phone specifications to pay attention to.
Radio is, seriously.
Yeah.
That's why I used to have a Galaxy S2. Galaxy S3 came, there was no FM radio. I stopped. I went to HTC. So for me, it's important.
Okay, besides the radio, let's talk processor, let's talk RAM, let's talk storage. Yeah.
Okay. Currently, I discourage people who come to me and asking, so, Onyait, Odeke, what brand should I buy? What specifications? And I'm like, okay, if you're buying entry level, if that's your budget, this is about the specifications, but you need to know the limitations of the specifications. So currently I advise people to buy at least 1 GB of RAM. Now, not all phones have 1 GB of RAM. Some still have.
Okay, what does RAM do? Maybe listeners need to know why 1 GB? Why not 512? Why not 2 GB? Why 1 GB? What does RAM do anyway? So that wananchi can understand what we're talking about here.
RAM, how do I explain it?
Better performance, multitasking.
Yes, multitasking.
Do one thing more than one thing at a go.
Yes, multitasking and performance. For instance, let me break it down. If your phone has 512 MB RAM in our normal language, it can't run so many applications at the same time without slowing down, because those applications use part of that RAM, which is memory, to operate. And if you're trying to do all these things at a go, you're taking a selfie, uploading it while you're checking Facebook here and then checking email, you will notice the phone beginning to slow down a little bit if you have little RAM. Also, you may not be able to install so many applications because they'll tell you sometimes memory is low. Because not all the applications install entirely on your phone, like not the RAM, but not
the ROM.
Yeah, on the ROM. Some of them actually don't allow to be transferred to like the SD card.
Yeah, that's Android problems.
Yeah.
External source.
I don't know, does Windows do the same thing?
They give you enough space.
Enough space, huh?
Including you can always go to OneDrive. They give you online storage.
We're talking about Ugandans here. No one uses OneDrive here.
Do they give you online storage for your apps?
But for real,
you won't play a game. You won't install a game on
that's
OneDrive and you start playing
on your phone.
That is true.
I'm talking about external and internal memory. Like, because there's that Android has that problem whereby if you want to install a big game, of course it will go in the SD card if you have an SD card, and some apps will refuse to go to the SD card. They want to be installed on the internal internal memory.
Yeah, and for most of the Android, the Windows phones I've owned weren't requiring you to have have a storage, external storage.
So nowadays they have, I think.
Yeah, they do. My latest has. Yeah, I think it's not a big problem though.
Yeah, so I advise people to get at least 1 GB RAM. They should have at least a good battery. A good battery these days, we're talking at least 2,000 milliamp hours. Milliamp hours is a technical term they use to describe the strength of a battery, or how much power it can pack in terms of how long it will last. But we've also known that some batteries defy that.
True.
It's also about performance. Yeah, you have to ask your friends, how does this battery perform? before you buy. Don't just go with the million powers because they're more.
And the screen resolution, do you?
Screen resolution, if you can get an HD at least, that is
720.
Yeah, 720 by 1080p. That is fine. That's fine. But normally, if you're on the low budget end, there's certain things that you don't consider. Yeah.
All right. So Remy, do you want to come in?
Yeah, of course. For me, I would consider performance, then the camera, because I'm an enthusiast for photography. So a camera can come in handy. And I would also look at that screen resolution. Preferably a 1080p would work.
All right. Looks like we're talking cameras.
Hold on. You forgot something. Dual SIM. Anyone want to into dual SIMs on smartphones?
Oh yeah.
Some people hate them, by the way. I met a friend who told me I don't have a dual SIM on my smartphone to be searching two networks at the same time and to drain my battery. So, do you advise people to go for dual SIM smartphones?
I've owned a dual SIM for like 2 years now, and it's totally fine. Actually, it helps me stop carrying lots and lots of phones. Yeah, so a dual SIM is the way to come in. Even the brands like HTC and Huawei are now producing dual SIM versions of actually some of their high-end phones. So, yeah, it's fine.
I'm not a fan of dual SIM for a high-end phone.
Me too, I'm not personally.
It's my purpose. It's like having two girlfriends. I don't know.
But now, what they do
In the same
nowadays,
room.
they'll fix one SIM maybe for calls only, and the other is allowed to do data, because the most tricky bit is the signaling itself. Trying to communicate, stay in touch with the network at the same time. So each SIM card will try to stay in touch with both the voice and the data for each network.
Well,
And if you're doing 2G, 3G on both phones, that's a mess. So what most people do, they'll restrict.
Do they both do? Because I think it allows one 3G or 4G at a time. Like if one is 4G, they both can't be 4G.
That's the way they have to do it to prevent a lot of power loss.
Yes.
So the phone, to make sure the phone doesn't keep on searching for different networks at the same time.
Yeah.
Hence draining the power.
Okay.
Which is logical, if you ask me.
Yeah.
It is logical.
okay. Remy, you're coming into this. For photo junkies out there, what's the best photo camera of choice?
It should be the iPhone.
Is it consideration on megapixels? Like, I mean, you hear someone talking about 42 megapixels.
Galaxy S6 now.
That doesn't count anymore.
Okay.
It's the software and maybe the camera technology used. Megapixels don't count. Like recently, I had an interaction with the 16 MP camera. But for real, the 8 MP camera of the iPhone performed better than the 16 MP. So I don't think it really resolves around the MPs anymore. It's just software, like optical image stabilization, high dynamic range, stuff like that.
Yeah, so other factors that you could look out for when you're choosing a very good smartphone is the sharpness and detail of the pictures, color accuracy, dynamic range, like you
Dynamic range is
mentioned,
very important.
and then video. And so for video, I would actually, from all over the internet and, sources place it that the Galaxy Note 4 is much better than even the iPhone 6 Plus right now.
But I think now the Galaxy S6
Yeah,
is now very good.
this was talking 2014,
2014,
2015,
okay.
early 2015. Yeah.
But now we're talking about high end, because
Yeah.
we should
Yeah,
we should take
definitely.
into consideration that most of the listeners are
Yeah.
holding not
Yeah.
high end phones.
Yeah, so-
For me, if you're talking about a camera, you should have anything to do with 13 megapixels, 8 megapixels is good enough for me. I don't need 20 megapixels, because really, giving me 20, because you look at a Sony phones are 20 megapixels, but they are crap.
Oh,
They are good.
with the exception of
Compared
the
to
Sony Z3, which
iPhone.
has been...
Okay,
Which
but there are
is
some
8.
brands that are renowned for their camera technology. An example, like the iPhone uses a Sony sensor.
Yeah.
So
Just
the Xperia range has, especially their high-end and mid-range phones, they have good cameras. Then you can come down to Nokia. At least I would choose the iPhone. Now the Galaxy S6 has come in, Sony with its Xperia range, and maybe HTC. But the
HTC is
ultra-pixel
not good
has-
at camera. It's not good at camera. It's the worst camera maker.
Funny thing is, HTC used to be good.
It used to be
until they
good.
started adapting this whole ultra-pixel
technology which
has
spoiled
totally been
everything.
crap.
It was a good idea, but wrongly implemented. It has been implemented this year with the ultra pixel with a selfie camera. That is good.
Yeah.
After I make pictures, the back camera, no. It is very low resolution, not good. Not good at all.
So like in this order, like from the research online, you should look out for these phones if you're looking at a camera. You should look out for the Samsung S4. I'm talking about the market in Uganda right now. I should look out for, in number 4, should look out for the LG G2.
G3, 2.
G2?
3.
Yeah,
3 was better than
3.
2.
Okay, then you go for the iPhone 5S.
No, now it's 6.
Now it's 6.
That's an old article, so I'm updating the article now.
Yes.
6 plus,
Nokia
actually.
Lumia 1020.
Very good.
1020 is good.
Yeah, and then the Samsung Note
930.
3. Oh,
That was now Note 4.
yeah, I get it.
To update it, Galaxy S6 and S6 Edge are now good. Because every time, at least I know about Samsung, whenever they produce a new phone, the camera is always better than the previous camera. And now, if I've seen some articles online where they've compared both the iPhone 6 Plus and the Galaxy Note 6, Galaxy S6, and it's comparable to DSLR quality, which is good enough.
Yeah, over time, you all know that battery juice is the HIV/AIDS for smartphones.
Yeah. Sure.
Which vendor do you think has solved it better?
No one. Sorry.
No
one
watching
solved.
that. Do you think Samsung has solved it in the S6?
No, the problem with battery is that anyone who comes close to solving the battery problem brings a very huge phone, because there will be more area to put into packing a bigger battery. So when they're designing a phone, there are very many things they have to forego, of course. Because if you want a thin phone, of course, it has to come with the sacrifice of low battery. So for me, Nokia phones are good at battery life. I've noticed that. Very good.
Really?
Yeah, they are good at battery life. Android, no, I can't lie to you. And iOS is...
Android is a manufacturer.
But if you ask me, number one, Nokia, Windows is good. iOS, maybe phones not bad than Android. I don't know. Maybe. Tell us what you think, Remy.
Like when it comes to battery, it depends on the usage. And the screen.
True.
Because you cannot tell me you can have a QHD screen and you expect like to have battery juice all day when you're a heavy user. Even if you're not a heavy user, but those bringing out the picture quality, the blacks and the whites, it would really take a dent on the what? On the battery.
On the usage. I agree with you on that.
Right, I
totally.
see. I think Samsung has solved a little bit of it, the quick charging mode where you can easily quickly charge and get more duration. I think that's one of the solutions.
It's just a solution, but it's not
of course, you can't get a silver bullet.
I personally want to test that issue fast. It may charge fast, but equally drain fast.
No, the draining is on usage.
Yeah.
Draining is totally on usage, and it drains fast because of the QHD screen, as you said. It's very high resolution.
Okay, we're doing I think one of our last questions. Yes, what's the right screen real estate? Which kind of real estate would you look out for if you don't want to consume a lot of your battery and you can be able to hold it?
I would say 4.7 inch.
4.7.
For me, a screen is a screen. Enjoy it. Find ways. Buy a battery bank. Get the screen you want and find a way. Whether you switch off 4G and you
have to survive. Actually, what I do, me personally, I switch off 4G, 3G, I went with 2G. Why? Because 2G is enough for my WhatsApping. It's enough for bringing notifications, so I'm good to go.
Well, that's the last question for the show. It's supposed to be spontaneous, so I wanted to get your answers. What do you use your phone on a daily basis? Do people just WhatsApp in Uganda, or do you use your phone to do a little bit of your office activities?
Actually, for me, my phone is my office. If you look at the apps I have, Google Drive, Docs and Sheets, WordPress, to even WhatsApping. I use WhatsApp for office because I'm chatting with people about business. So from processing documents to emails and stuff, for me, my phone is my office.
And what's your phone right now? Which one are you using?
Currently, I'm using the Tecno Phantom A Plus.
Can you be able to use your Microsoft Office on it?
Yes, Microsoft Office released the version for both Android and iOS.
They have everything actually.
The app, and you have everything. You have the entire office. But I actually don't use it. I use Google Docs and Drive.
Okay, Remy?
Like for me,
which phone do you have right now, and what do you use it for?
I hold a lot of phones, to be precise.
Yeah, your ideal phone. Which phone are you using right now?
Right now, I'm having a Nokia X. But I use a lot of phones. Like previously, I've been using the S4. I use the iPhone 4S, and this one.
What do you use it for?
This one.
Yeah.
Basically, this one is for social networking, then new consuming content, like through my news feeds, going through News Republic, Flipboard, and everything. Like
Right.
Basically,
I see your use case. We're going to carry out a survey, Roger, at the end of, I don't know, it would take maybe a month and to see what do Ugandans use on their smartphones.
I think it's a good
like
idea.
a sample. Roger, what do you use your smartphone for?
Okay, I've been looking at most of the apps I use here. Oh, can I start listing them? It's a bit tricky. I
Give
use
us
WhatsApp
five. Just
most.
give us 5.
WhatsApp is fast.
Go on.
The Google ad of Facebook, Telegram. Okay, this is strange. Okay, I see YouTube, BlackBerry, and music. And I see, that's all.
That's your use case. All right.
Okay, the other things, of course, Gmail, whatever, for usual emailing.
Okay,
they come in once in a while.
I think
but,
I use
of
my
course,
phone only for Skyping lately. I've not.
You're kidding me. You have a lot of data to Skype. Eh?
I only Skype.
Skype chatting for Skype video.
No.
I don't know time I'm doing cross-continental.
Are you in some kind of long distance,
A relationship, it makes sense. No, it would make sense if you're in a relationship.
Okay. Which telecom or carrier is the best for a heavy smartphone user?
For me, I wouldn't say, because everyone is good. Everyone will offer 2G, 3G, and some do 4G. So perhaps it's first you see what telecom has, what kind of technology.
Yes.
You find that MTN has all technologies here. I mean, they'll have 2G, they'll have 3G, they'll have...
Do they support these things up country?
4G and WiMAX, that's the problem. That's where I'm going.
Yeah.
And you also have Airtel having everything apart from, I think, 4G. Africell has everything apart from CDM, I think.
Okay,
you have UTL that has everything apart from 4G.
Thanks.
And Smile has only 4G, Vodafone has only 4G with 3G and 2G on UTL. So if you ask me what, personally I'll go for MTN or Airtel because they are, or Africell because they have like, they have all technologies which you can rely on, right? Vodafone is okay if you are willing to withstand a UTL connection out of Kampala. There's no problem with that.
So for someone up country, you go MTN and Airtel, right?
Up country, of course, MTN and Airtel. You are safe. Of course, don't expect the same kind of speeds you experience in Kampala because of transmission problems. They have to take this network up country, which is a bit costly. But networks people have laid fiber, they have laid the infrastructure to enable us.
From your experience, which of those telecos suck up country?
Orange. Or Africell.
Good.
They really suck up country. I mean, all of them suck up country.
But I think when you say up country, it depends where, which village, because...
this is what I realized. I used to travel around, one of the jobs I used to do, and I used to use all of them concurrently. In major towns, they would even have 3G, but 1 kilometer away, which is actually really close to the town, you would have edge.
3G does only, let me see, 1 kilometer distance anyway.
Yes.
Maximum. If you're
so
lucky.
Now for me who used to go deep in the village, the only thing I realized is at least I'd still have a 2G connection on Airtel and MTN, whereas Africell I'd not have any. So yeah, if you're an upcountry guy and you still want to be a little bit connected, you're good with Airtel or...
So you haven't experimented with UTL, right?
No.
UTL needs some good investment, if you ask me. I'm sorry to say so, but you need some good investment, and once they're done with that, they'll be good. They have the infrastructure, by the way. They have it all.
As in the infrastructure old, don't they need like an overhaul?
That's what I'm saying, investment. I mean, I rather have the pipe from the tank to my house and have no pipe at all. Because I know if I'm going to renovate it, I'll just remove the old pipe and I'll replace with a new pipe. So I rather they have everything, but new investment is required and everything will be good. Assuming they don't sell it off, I don't know.
Well, I think the UTL will be another show altogether. It's a very long story. Cool. But yeah, so Twitter handles and we get out of here.
Onyait Odeke, Twitter at Eristaus.
Remy?
Can you spell that?
Eristaus is Eristaus, Eristaus.
Is that a Greek god?
No.
Now my name is, like on Twitter, I use Ssewankambo Remy, then my Twitter handle.
Wait, okay. Oh, is that your Twitter handle?
That's your handle?
No, that's the name. I'm coming with the handle.
Okay.
The handle is S_Remy. But okay. Remy is REMIE.
IE at the end. Okay.
Interesting. Okay. Roger Bambino on Twitter, I'm Rojek, that is ROGEKK. Editor-in-Chief, Techjaja.
Rob Sebunya on Twitter and on the Facebook street, sebunya.robert in your URL. Yes. Well, thanks for listening to the podcast. Catch you on the next one.